Hey guys, this is how I planned out my upcoming shoot. I'll go over my methodology here with you and maybe share some ideas on how to organize things. All right, so the first thing I did is once I picked my model is I started with her face. This is the model that we're going to actually shoot with. And you can see kind of from her headshot the general shape of her face. It's a little bit oval, and she has really good looking skin, so that's a good place to start. So the motif, the actual general idea that I went with is going to be this theme right here, mostly with the shading and the contouring of the cheeks here, and of course her eyes. This is the actual shade of red that I want to use. And for her lips, we're actually going to do this right here without the heart. We're going to have the general kind of this color in the dark areas, as well as, and then a little lighter tone of red in these areas here. For her eyes, we're going to use the same exact tones of red for her eyes. So I know this looks orange, but this is the shape of it that I want. And that's going to be two-tone again. So the darker and then the lighter, and then with a line in here in between. The other thing that I do is I usually shoot a matte look. This right here has um, shows some specular highlights on areas like her nose and her eyes and things like that. But unfortunately, her nose is the biggest one, so that kind of draws your eye to her nose in the shot. When I shoot, I prefer the makeup artist do a matte look. That way, um, it's more muted. It's less, there's no specular highlights in the subject. Some other things that I've worked on are the accessories, things like that we're going to be using. Things like, necklaces, gloves, hats, things like that, even wigs, glasses. This is kind of my wish list on Amazon. Some of these I've gotten already. Some of these I will be getting in the future. This kind of just, I use these for ideas. You've seen, if you've looked at my posts, you've seen my Pinterest groups, and all these are a collection of images that are striking in one way, shape, or form, um, that shows the beauty aspect. I will tell you that when you're working with an African American model, you have to specify in here African American beauty shot or African American avant-garde, because they don't normally come up, which is kind of sucks, to be honest with you, because I really want as many examples as I can find. I mean, these are just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful images of beautiful women, and they just are stunning in in what they've done here. And I want as many ideas for themes as I can possibly get. So I go searching for them. Pinterest, one of the things that it does let you do is, you can go in and you can pick one that you like, and then you can find similar, to find other, models and shots of different people to match up. So once you get in there, you can really dig deep into the genre. This is my avant-garde beauty stuff. I have many different areas that I'm working with. Um, you've got the beauty editorial, the clean editorial look. This is a fine art, non-nude, beauty painted, steampunk, classic pinup. Pinup, this is more of the modern pinup, fashion photography, dance. There's an angels. I've got retro, glamour, and playing cards. This is something that's coming up soon. And I don't want to get into too many details, but we're going to be doing a playing cards shoot pretty soon with models. Other things that I look at, though, if you go back to here, you see these are the general things. These are the things that you got to look at, their makeup. And guys, you need to work at this yourself. You need to train your eye as to what to pick. You can't just say to the makeup artist, "Oh, just do whatever." You really want to, especially for beauty photography, you really want to say, I want this, I want that, and look for makeup artists that can accomplish that. Um, so I kind of go back here again to my main thing, and I've got a makeup area here. Different lips, different eyes, different cheek contouring. These are things that you want to concentrate on, cheek contouring and things like that. You know, um, these shots right here, how do they contour the cheeks? You know, it shows how they did it. Um, this right here, these things are, critical to getting good images, and not just good images, but magazine quality images from the model. Just look for and find all of these different types of images to go through. Look at the eyes. This is the eyes section, and it's just all about eyes. Different shading, different textures, different contours, different fades here. These are great examples. If you look through it and you put what I do is I'll put the model's picture right next to the images and say, okay, what looks like, would work with her. And first I pick out my general makeup, application, like for the whole face. In this case, it was the avant-garde, so it's a little bit more difficult. I had to literally go through my entire list of images and pick out exactly, what I was going to do, because I have so many. I mean, there's so many out here. That's just, I've got hundreds. Actually, I have thousands of pins that I've collected. And it's tough to pick out, but at the same time, it's so fun to do this stuff, because you sit there and this is where the creation really comes in. Where you really get to do a creation of these different, for these different themes. Um, so we've talked about the accessories, we've talked about this, the Pinterest, we've talked about how I organize my things. I use Microsoft OneNote. These are notebooks, these are note tabs here for each section. Casting calls and models and team and different articles that I'm going to be writing, and Tampa fashion, and then I pick out the pending, these are the pending shoots. Um, you know, whether I've got makeup artists or whatever, but I organize everything here. And as I first find the model, and then I try to work on the plan to fit her face. And that's what you got to do.